Hello everyone, this is Vincenzo and today I want to show you a 3 minutes blitz game I played a few months ago, and this game was not a very good game by me. I didn't play very well, but I managed to find a good sacrifice and actually won the game. So I'm going to show you the game now. It was, let's see how many moves, 27 moves, and I played at 79.9% accuracy, but I might have played at a lower accuracy, but since I found this brilliant move, which to be honest was not too difficult to find, I believe this is why I got a better accuracy than my opponent. Also, my opponent blundered because they were winning, and then it was 0.00 for a move, and then they were winning again, and then they blundered. First they blundered an equal position, and then they blunder mate. So I'm going to show you the importance of taking your time even in 3 minutes blitz. Okay, so let's start with the analysis. Let's turn off the engine here, and okay, the game was d4 as always, d5. Now knight to f3. I want to play the London here, but sometimes I play knight f3 first, but the common move here is bishop to f4, especially in d4 d5 position. If they play knight f6 instead of d5, you might go knight f3 first. So this is a book move, but you can play bishop f4 immediately on move 2. So knight c6 I don't like that move. It is a book move, but I don't like it because you don't really want to block your pawns, your c-pawn as black when you play against the London system. So I know this is theory, but I don't like it as black. Now I go bishop f4. Now another book move, bishop to g4. This is not very common, but of course black's idea here is to take so that you damage your pawn structure. So I simply go here. Yes, now the knight is pinned to the queen, but the queen is also defending the knight. So if the bishop captures the knight, which would be a bad move, we can simply recapture with the queen without damaging our pawn structure. Now e6, common move. Black wanted to develop the bishop outside the pawn chain, and now not the best move by me. Knight d2, knight b to d2, defending the knight. So my idea was, if black captures, I'm not going to recapture with the queen, but with the knight to replace it with another knight. So another pin, but this is a bad move because we can simply go here, and now the bishop has to spend another move. So we got like a free move here. Now we go bishop g3, standard move in the London system. You want the to trade bishops, so you get the semi-open h file. Now they castled, and this was the first inaccuracy. In fact, yeah, this is a bad move because they can simply trade here, and then they can take like this and damage your pawn structure. So my opponent decided to retreat, so I noticed my inaccuracy here and decided to go knight e5 to block the e5 square, and also now they cannot trade bishops. They can also, if we go here and they trade knights, this will be a blunder because you take with the pawn defended by the bishop, and now it is a pawn fork. So now they took, of course, because when I moved the knight, now this bishop is attacked twice and only defended once. They could have retreated, but probably they didn't want to trade their light square bishop for a knight. So this is why they traded like this. Now knight to e7, the best move. Probably black here realized that this knight was not doing a good job on c6, blocking the c-pawn, and they moved it to allow this move, or to reroute this way and get rid of this knight. So here I castled because since my knight is on e5, there is no bishop trade, so I don't want the semi-open file anymore. I mean, I'd love to get the semi-open h file, but there is no trade on g3, so I decided to castle. And now, yes, we see the idea from my opponent to play c5. Now here another mistake, because I should have simply taken this apparently, then the bishop would have gone here, and to be honest I don't know why that would have been better. Probably because by taking here first, yes, I can take here, but then there is this move and I'm going to have a very bad pawn structure. So this is probably why e4 was a mistake, because now I have an isolated pawn in the center. So I kick the bishop, but this was another mistake. In fact, this was a pawn blunder. As you can see now, I am losing, because after takes, well, there is this move, which is what happened. Not only I lost a pawn, but now it is a fork, so I'm going to lose the bishop too. So I went here, which is apparently a very bad move, but basically I wanted to defend my bishop with the queen, because allowing this will be terrible. So I recapture with the queen, although the engine likes pawn takes, maybe because the rook and the knight are attacking the same square. It might be that also the king can escape and be covered by the pawns, but from a human point of view, especially a 1600, taking with the pawn is not very natural. So this is why I took with the queen. Now the knight reroutes attacking the queen, I have to move again. And why did I move my queen here? Because I want to keep my queen close to the enemy king, and this will be very important in a few moves. Of course the engine doesn't like it, but this is blitz. I am down a pawn, so I want to create like chaos to make my opponent blunder. So now this was my opponent's first blunder, going after this pawn, which is apparently is bad because well, not apparently, but it's pretty obvious. You fork the queen and the rook. Now the queen can take, probably, if I play this move, the queen can probably take, winning at least a pawn, and after this you see that the position is equal, material is equal, but to be honest, yes, I am up an exchange, but black's position is not too bad. Connected A and B pawns, connected pawns here on the king side too, with possibly a passed pawn on the center, a passed pawn on the queen side. So, and this knight is very, very active. The queen is also active. The rook can quickly get to the open file, and there is pressure on this pawn. So actually I like black's position here. But anyway, I didn't play the fork, and now look at this. I only spent 9 seconds to play this very bad move, because all I saw when black played this, yes, I saw that the pawn was hanging, but I also saw that this pawn was attacked twice and only defended once. So this is why I retreated my knight, which is obviously a very bad move. Now I'm losing again. I should have seen the knight fork. Now I went here, which is also a bad move because I'm losing another pawn. Yes, I can get my rook here, but I should have simply played rook f to b1, defending the pawn. Now I am down 3 pawns, which is a lot. Now I take here. What else can I do? Now you can see the threat here is very dangerous, a very dangerous a pawn, which will probably become a queen. But I have an active rook, an active queen, so I want to get my knight back here. Now I move the queen, which is like a very bad move, to be honest, because I'm not really attacking this pawn, it is defended. So I should have centralized my knight. Now my opponent here decided to push this pawn. Probably they were afraid of this move. Now I went back here, but now there is the second blunder by my opponent, and it was pushing the queen away. So my opponent spent 8 seconds on this move, and you see that it was a 3 minutes blitz game, and my opponent had more than half the starting time, so they should have spent a little bit more. I'm also spending very little time on my moves, and this is why I got to a losing position. So you should always take your time. It doesn't matter if it is rapid, blitz, or even bullet. When you play with some increment, you should spend some time in certain critical positions. But anyway, my opponent went here, g6. Now you see that it goes from -4 to +1. Why is that? Well, it is a very long engine line, but it starts with knight takes g6. The engine says it is brilliant. Well, I don't know if that is, because it looks very obvious. If they take, you want to recapture and deliver checkmate, which is what happened. As you can see, my opponent spent the position is not winning, it is just +1. So white is better, but it is not winning. But what happens is that it is +1 only if you consider this very long line, which I'm going to show you, and it is this one. So rook a to b8, wanting to trade rooks with white, so that I cannot move my knight and deliver checkmate some ways. So I'm going to show you the line here. So rook a to b8 to trade rooks. You want to keep your rook on the 7th rank. course the game review here is not as strong as Stockfish 15. This is why sometimes it says it is a mistake, but in reality it is the best move. Now rook back, rook d7, basically you don't want to trade rooks, and you take here, but there is nothing. The position is kinda equal, but of course let's remember that we are up an exchange, so yeah, it is not equal, but white is slightly winning here. Anyway, this did not happen, but my opponent decided to take in less than a second, and now obviously you see the evil bar. It is mating 2 because you can take with check here and then checkmate, which is what happened. So why did I want to show you this game? Well, first of all, because you should almost never resign in blitz or bullet, because things like these can always happen. And also, if you're down material, like here, let's see, like here, what you want to do is to get your pieces active and threaten the enemy king. So you want to create threats, which is what happened in this game, and my opponent kinda lost their patience with this move, attacking the queen, because they simply want to kick my queen away, move their queen, and then start pushing this pawn, promoting and checkmating me. But this didn't happen because my opponent apparently didn't have the patience. Now I sacrificed and we managed to win. So a nice game. I wanted to show it to you. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this move? Is it a brilliant move? Is it an obvious move? I think it's pretty obvious, and plus it's one of the few things you can do as white in this position, because if you retreat, I mean, you can just resign this position. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think of this knight takes g6 move, and see you in the next video.